What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to the Cool Quay Show, brought to you by the undisputed world of MMA fight fans. And guys, I'm on here. I want to come on this video to talk about UFC 322 Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena fight fans. I hope I said it right. Jack Della Maddalena fight fans. JDM fight fans. And guys, you can be a hardcore fan, you can be a casual fan. And when you hear about Jack Della Maddalena, and when you hear about Islam Makhachev moving up to 170 welterweight to challenge himself against Jack Della Maddalena, you know right off the back that you got a fight on your hands, fight fans. And we have a fight on our hands, fight fans. But I want to get something straight. Especially for my hardcore fans. That's who I'm talking to, my hardcore fans. Not so much the casual, but I want to really get this out of my system when I'm talking to the hardcore fans, fight fans, including myself and my crew. You know, Rich Ali, OG, Drabo, Woody, Robot. I want to get this out the cliff for everybody. Anybody who's a hardcore fan. It's the fact that this is a 50-50 fight, man. This fight is certainly 50-50. If you look at it on paper, you got a good grappler in Islam Makhachev with decent striking, right? You got a great striker like JDM with decent takedown defense and really great at scrambling back up to his feet with some elite boxing and striking, fight fans. That's what we got in this fight. Very exciting fight. And when it comes down to this fight, guys, I'm stumped. You know, it's hard for me to break it down. I don't have an official pick yet. I said JDM, then I switched it again. And I said Islam, then I switched it again. I switched it again. I switched. So I don't have an official pick for the fight yet, fight fans. So I'm still breaking it down. But the moral of the story is that it is a 50-50 fight. You got Makhachev, who's, one of the best grapplers, in my opinion, in the UFC and MMA, period, right now, other than Hamzat Chimaev. And Jack Della Maddalena is one of the best strikers, other than and boxers, other than Ilia Topuria in the UFC right now. So this will make this fight so exciting and very, very interesting. And I become a nerd. I get in my nerd phase. I started doing my MMA math, guys, my division and my timetables and stuff in my notebook. This is the fight that really made me break down this fight, and I turned into a complete nerd, like Steve Urkel. I really do. I really do, fight fans. And guys, I gotta say, man, it's tough, man. One thing I noticed about JDM, he's training with Paul Craig. If you didn't know who Paul Craig is, a high-level guy that Jack Della Maddalena training with. It's a guy that Jack Della Maddalena trained when he was facing Bilal Muhammad, and he had a lot of success. You can tell the difference between Jack Della Maddalena wrestling when he fought Bilal Muhammad and when he fought Gilbert Burns. It was two different people, two different people. And Jack Della Maddalena fought through a broken arm with Gilbert Burns, which is very impressive. But you can tell the difference between his scrambles, the way he got up to his feet, his takedown defense, the distance. You can tell the difference when he fought Bilal Muhammad rather than when he fought Gilbert Burns. He is a Makhachev coming into this fight at UFC 322. He's the more overall better mixed martial arts. We can say, right? He's good on the feet. Good on the feet. He don't get a lot of credit for his stand-up and his boxing, but he's good on the feet. He was out boxing Dustin Poirier in that fight in some moments, right? Had a lot of success. Knocked Alexander Volkanovski out with the head kick. First man to knock Volkanovski out. And we know how durable Volkanovski is. I know that was on short notice, but he still knocked him out with the head kick, right? Dropped Charles Oliveira and locked in the submission on Charles Oliveira, guys. So his wrestling is, not his wrestling, his striking It's legit. It's legit. That's why I say he's the better overall mixed martial artist. He's great on the ground, great submissions. He's a threat everywhere, fight fans. Let's not get it twisted. The one thing I noticed about Jack Della Maddalena is that he's a scrambly little guy. Not little guy, he's not little. But you know what I mean. He's a scrambly fella. Very, very scrambly. Remind me of Kevin Holland a little bit. How Kevin, you take Kevin Holland down, and Kevin Holland got those long limbs. He try to scramble up to his feet. That's how Jack Della Maddalena is. Jack Della Maddalena reminds me of a cockroach. A water bug. You trying to kill the cockroach. It's crawling, it's fast. You're trying to hit it. You're trying to hit it. It's hiding under everything. That's how Jack Della Maddalena is. He's a scrambly son of a biscuit. He's a scrambly little bastard. But fight fans, that could cost him in the fight with Islam Makhachev, leaving his neck exposed. Being so scrambly can get him caught up in submissions. In the Kimura that we seen Islam Makhachev lock that in on Dan Hooker. So Jack Della Maddalena got to be careful. But I want to believe. I want to come in the fight having confidence and believing that Jack Della Maddalena will keep himself safe on the ground. He kept himself safe on the ground with Gilbert Burns, a hell of a black belt jiu-jitsu. I know it's a difference, right? I know it's a difference. I know Islam is a way bigger threat than Gilbert Burns. But I want to believe that Jack Della Maddalena keep himself safe on the ground with Islam Makhachev. That he's able to work himself back up to his feet. Right? Because I can imagine Jack Della Maddalena being on his back, just scrambling to get back up to his feet. And let me out of here, man. Get out me. I can just imagine JDM being like that. Get out me. Just scrambling, just throwing his legs up, throwing elbows to the back of the head, just scrambling, just pushing them off. Because Jack Della Maddalena, you know, I would assume he's the bigger man coming into this fight. You know, welterweight is his natural weight class. He's been fighting that. And Jack Della Maddalena, Islam, he's coming to this new weight class. But I can just see Jack Della Maddalena being like that, just aggressive on the ground, just refused to be on his back. Because he refused to be on his back but he fought Bilal. He's pushing Bilal off, kept the distance, worked the kicks, bobbing and weaving, working the boxing, throwing the front kicks, throwing the body kicks, kept good feints. Like, he was mixing it up on Bilal. But, you know, that's kind of confused Bilal a little bit to close the distance and try to take him down. So let's see how he look against Islam. But I can see him getting back up to his feet. And when he get back up to his feet, this is why I see Islam having problems. Coming into this fight, I said it when his fight got announced, Jack Della Maddalena will be the best boxer Islam ever faced. The best boxer he ever faced. Other than Dustin Poirier, you can argue Volkanovski. Volkanovski's a, you know, lighter guy, good footwork, got some good hands. But his boxing's not better than Jack Della Maddalena boxing, fight fans. Let's be real right now. The combos, the body shots. It's a bigger man, more power at welterweight that Islam is fighting. If Jack Della Maddalena is able to get back up to his feet, work his kicks, work his great boxing that he have, I think that it's gonna be boy. It's gonna be a long night for Islam Makhachev. That's just my opinion, honestly. Not saying that Islam can't stick with JDM on the feet, and Islam might have a speed advantage because he's the lighter guy from lightweight moving up to welterweight, so he might have a slight speed advantage. But when it comes down to the overall boxing techniques, the combos, the feints, the movement, the bobbing and the weaving, I have to get that edge to Jack Della Maddalena all day. All day. That's how I see him winning this fight. Either getting a late round TKO, pushing, Islam to the max, to his limit, to the 4th, 5th round, busting Islam up a little bit on the feet like he did with Bilal, and end up getting himself a late round 5th round TKO. But that's when Jack Della Maddalena, start to turn it up. Because as we've seen, fight fans, in history, to my hardcore fans and to my casual fans, a lot of fighters When they can block Islam takedowns and keep on the feet for a long period of time, they start to have a lot of success. As Volkanovski, the first fight in Australia. Volkanovski knocked him down. A lot of people think Volkanovski beat Islam Makhachev the first time they fought. He was rocking the lighter man, the shorter man, and Volkanovski was rocking Islam Makhachev. Like Islam didn't want to be in the fight in the 5th round. That's what Volkanovski did. Blocked the takedowns. Now I know people might say, oh yeah, Volkanovski is a shorter guy. The sense of gravity is different. Jack Della Maddalena, he's a taller guy. It's easy to get to the hips than it is to get to the hips with Volkanovski. I can understand that. That's an argument, right? But it don't change the fact that Volkanovski was busting Islam up at some points in that fight, man. Was able to stuff some takedowns in that fight. And Volkanovski was having a lot of success. Dustin Poirier was able to have a lot of success. Busting Islam open with that elbow. Islam seeing his own blood. Tasting his own blood. Islam didn't like that. He didn't like it, fight fans. And Poirier was busting him up against the cage. Let's not forget, this is a lighter man than Jack Della Maddalena. Dustin Poirier was working the body shots. He was throwing a jab out there. He was piecing Islam up. Islam didn't come out that fight looking too pretty. So I'm saying all of that to say, when he fights somebody like Jack Della Maddalena, who has more, output, more volume, and there was an older Dustin Poirier who had Islam busted up. I mean, Poirier was on his way out the door. There was like the young prime Dustin Poirier when Poirier fought Max Holloway for the second time. It wasn't that Poirier. This was this one a P-head Poirier that fought on Conor McGregor. That's the P-head Poirier. It wasn't that Dustin Poirier. It was an older version of Poirier that fought Islam and still had lots of success. Still pushed him to the 4th round. Had him busted up. He just made a mistake and then that submission happened. So I'm saying all that to say, if Jack Della Maddalena is able to stop takedowns, keep it on the feet, keep that distance, throw those feints, throw those combos, Jack Della Maddalena, he's able to eat one. He's able to eat one to give one. He's very, very doable. We've seen that when he fought Bilal. This fight can be very interesting, fight fans. That's what it can get very interesting. So the overall question is, if Jack Della Maddalena, if JDM can keep this fight on the feet, it favors JDM. The longest on the ground, and JDM is overthinking, don't want to, scramble to make the wrong move to get submitted, then it favors Islam Makhachev, fight fans. Islam Makhachev can put him, he can take him down with the sweeps. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a nerd right now. I'm just thinking about the boxing combos from Jack Della Maddalena, the kicks, the feints, the sweeps, the double leg takedowns, the cage work from Islam Makhachev, the single leg then with the trip that Islam like to throw. I'm thinking about all that coming to this fight. This is what made this fight so exciting. That's why it's a super fight. That's the reason why it's a super fight, guys. I've just been thinking about it and thinking about it day after day, day after day. Cannot wait till next weekend to see this fight. And I've been seeing a lot of people just riding Jack Della Maddalena off like he's not a threat. Riding him off like they did with Cyril Gunn and Tom. Well, I was one of those people who was riding Cyril Gunn off. He fought Tom Aspinall. So I can't talk no trash about that. But you get what I'm saying? A lot of people just riding JDM off, man. I'm trying to tell you guys that you guys are going to be a rude awakening. This is not going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be a 1 minute, 2 minute submission by Islam. This is going to be a tough fight. One of Islam's toughest fight. And let's not forget that Jack Della Maddalena trained with Alexander Volkanovski. Probably not full time, but they're Australian brothers. They're Australian brothers, man. Hey, mate. Teach me some techniques. Teach me this what he do. That's good for him. Jack Della Maddalena training with Israel Adesanya. Jack Della Maddalena training with Craig Jones, really good coach. Craig Jones, he got the fundamentals. He's educated enough at this point to know what the Dagestani guys do, right? He's there to train you and get you prepared for what Islam has to bring. These Dagestani guys, like a Habib, like that Sambo style of wrestling. That's what Craig Jones get his fighters prepared for. And a lot of fighters have a lot of success. Craig Jones was training John Jones. He had a lot of success. He didn't fight a Russian, but you know what I'm trying to say. His wrestling looked better than ever did when he fought Stipe Miocic, right? That's an older version, but you get what I'm trying to say. Craig Jones putting that work with JDM, man. JDM said he got some tricks for Islam Makhachev when it comes to the wrestling. So we'll see. We'll see. I like to hear stuff like that. This will make me more excited about the fight. I just can't wait for this, guys.
Something that you think he's probably not going to be prepared for in you, where he's kind of underestimating you.
I think maybe the grappler. Maybe I think he probably in his best mind would be thinking, take me down, hold me down, submit me. So I think the grappling, I'll be able to surprise him.
Yep.
The right techniques for his sort of A game, I think will throw him off a bit.
Yeah.
Understand? So may the best man win, fight fans. I don't know who I got yet. I'm 50-50. This is a 50-50 fight, so I'm 50-50. But I got to make a coin toss and go with somebody. You'll find that out very, very soon, fight fans. But this is a very interesting fight. It's not a cakewalk for Islam Makhachev. I'm pretty sure Islam coming into this fight, it's not a cakewalk. Even his teammate Habib said that Jack Della Maddalena is his biggest match, his biggest test yet in the UFC. So, hey, Uncle Habib saying that, you know what time it is, guys. You know what time it is, and I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. This is what I live for, guys. This is what I live for. But fight fans, if you got your pick already and you ain't 50-50, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you think, who you got, how you got them winning. But talking about casual fans and hardcore fans, you heard what I said in this video. It's a 50-50 fight. Mark my words. Mark my words. Like Chimaev and Duplessis, I told you. I got that right. But fight fans, thanks for watching the Cool Quay Show. I appreciate the new subscribers. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to all my new friends that joined, the Cool Quay Show and subscribe. I enjoy you guys. We'll be going back on live very, very soon. And yeah, tell a friend, if you got a friend that want to see a good show, tell them to get the remote and tune into the Cool Quay Show. You wonder, I know.
We are the undisputed world of MMA. Make sure you like, subscribe, and don't forget to give us that super thanks. Hit that heart at the bottom. Show them some love because we love you all day, every day. We the people for the people, baby. Undisputed world. Let's go.